Can you hear me?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
How's it going?
Can you
Sorry
see
for
my...
being late.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Yeah, please. As you remember, we let off this on the previous lesson, right? So we have to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
This was page number 49, please.
Okay, 49.
You're gonna hear these five extracts, and then you have to do, and then we check the answers, okay?
Okay. Ah, that is the boat, right?
This is the most difficult part because you have to listen at the same time, both parts.
Okay.
Let me play the audio and then we compare. Okay, let me see. Okay.
Acts in which people are questions 1 to 5. Choose from the list A to H the advice each speaker received before attending the interview. For questions 6 to 10, choose from the list A to H the problem each speaker encountered during the interview. While you listen, you must complete both tasks. Speaker 1.
I was told the best way to prepare for an interview is by checking out the company's website. The idea, of course, is that it proves you're keen on working for them because they can see you've done your homework. The trouble was that they hadn't done theirs. The web page hadn't been updated for over a year. That's not what you expect from professionals, right? So I marched in there, certain I knew my stuff, but I was asking the panel about products they'd apparently stopped making. They must have thought I was weird. Having said that, I wasn't that impressed with them either. Maybe it was a lucky escape.
Speaker 2.
So I was up all night in the living room talking to the dog. Strange, I know, but the dog was the interviewer and I was imagining the conversation we'd be having. I'm not sure that's what the writer of the article had in mind when she said, rehearse the situation with a friend, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Anyway, it was all a wasted effort, really. I overslept the next morning, and by the time I got to their offices, looking and feeling like a total mess, the interviewer had already started interviewing someone else instead. So when I was eventually called in, my gut feeling was that I'd already missed my chance. Well, that put me at a disadvantage, obviously.
Speaker 3.
It wasn't exactly my dream job, but the money was decent. So I went to the interview and it was going okay until they asked for a bit more info about my degree. Turns out it didn't really fit with the job requirements. The interviewer continued chatting for a while and cracked a couple of jokes, but it was basically pointless. It was especially annoying because I'd bought a new suit. When I told Mum afterwards, she didn't exactly manage to hide her disappointment. She'd been on at me for weeks to do something about my anxiety and had recommended these breathing exercises to calm me down before the interview started, but that wasn't the issue in the end.
4.
According to this so-called expert, Dr. Benson, you're not to lean back in your chair, otherwise it gives the impression you're insecure and you're trying to cover it up. Leaning forward is what you're supposed to do, that and smiling to project confidence. Well, I did that in the interview, so much so that my face began to ache, but to be honest, I think the human resources person saw right through me. She said they were looking for lively, bubbly people for their sales team and wasn't convinced I fitted the bill. To be honest, I was talked into applying by a friend who already worked there and was earning quite a bit. We both should have realised I'm not cut out for sales work.
5.
I thought my preparation would come in useful, but the interviewer put me right off. It felt like an interrogation, like he was trying to catch me out, and so I struggled to respond. I felt sick about the whole thing afterwards, I can tell you. And I needed that job to help pay off my student debt. So much for the advice from the careers office. They'd said it's helpful to picture the interviewer in the bath, playing with a plastic duck. That would make the interviewer seem more human and less intimidating. But sitting there, across the table, that advice went right out of my head. I was just counting the seconds till I could leave.
You will hear 5 short extracts in which people are talking about interviews they attended. For questions 1 to 5, choose from the list A to H the advice each speaker received before attending the interview. For questions 6 to 10, choose from the list A to H the problem each speaker encountered during the interview. While you listen, you must complete both tasks. Speaker 1.
I was told the best way to prepare for an interview is by checking out the company's website. The idea, of course, is that it proves you're keen on working for them because they can see you've done your homework. The trouble was that they hadn't done theirs. The web page hadn't been updated for over a year. That's not what you expect from professionals, right? So I marched in there, certain I knew my stuff, but I was asking the panel about products they'd apparently stopped making. They must have thought I was weird. Having said that, I wasn't that impressed with them either. Maybe it was a lucky escape.
Speaker 2.
So I was up all night in the living room talking to the dog. Strange, I know, but the dog was the interviewer and I was imagining the conversation we'd be having. I'm not sure that's what the writer of the article had in mind when she said, rehearse the situation with a friend, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Anyway, it was all a wasted effort, really. I overslept the next morning, and by the time I got to their offices, looking and feeling like a total mess, the interviewer had already started interviewing someone else instead. So when I was eventually called in, my gut feeling was that I'd already missed my chance. Well, that put me at a disadvantage, obviously.
Speaker 3.
It wasn't exactly my dream job, but the money was decent. So I went to the interview and it was going okay until they asked for a bit more info about my degree. Turns out it didn't really fit with the job requirements. The interviewer continued chatting for a while and cracked a couple of jokes, but it was basically pointless. It was especially annoying because I'd bought a new suit. When I told Mum afterwards, she didn't exactly manage to hide her disappointment. She'd been on at me for weeks to do something about my anxiety, and had recommended these breathing exercises to calm me down before the interview started, but that wasn't the issue in the end.
4.
According to this so-called expert, Dr. Benson, you're not to lean back in your chair, otherwise it gives the impression you're insecure and you're trying to cover it up. Leaning forward is what you're supposed to do, that and smiling to project confidence. Well, I did that in the interview, so much so that my face began to ache, but to be honest, I think the human resources person saw right through me. She said they were looking for lively, bubbly people for their sales team and wasn't convinced I fitted the bill. To be honest, I was talked into applying by a friend who already worked there and was earning quite a bit. We both should have realised I'm not cut out for sales work.
5.
I thought my preparation would come in useful, but the interviewer put me right off. It felt like an interrogation, like he was trying to catch me out, and so I struggled to respond. I felt sick about the whole thing afterwards, I can tell you. And I needed that job to help pay off my student debt. So much for the advice from the careers office. They'd said it's helpful to picture the interviewer in the bath, playing with a plastic duck. That would make the interviewer seem more human and less intimidating. But sitting there, across the table, that advice went right out of my head. I was just counting the seconds till I could leave.
You will hear 5 short extracts in which...
Okay, let me show you what are the answers. There you are.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, I have the answer right now.
There you are. Speaker 1, D, F, H, A, and G.
Could you may repeat, please?
Okay, in the first part, okay, on the left side. Speaker 1, D, right?
Okay.
Speaker 2, letter F. Speaker 3,
okay.
letter H.
Okay.
Speaker 4, A.
Okay.
And speaker 5, G.
G.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
On the right
madre.
side. Speaker 1, letter B.
B. Okay.
Speaker 2, letter D.
D.
Speaker 3, letter F.
Okay.
Speaker 4, letter C, and speaker 5, letter G as well.
Okay. Okay, that is kind of better than the last one.
How many right answers did you get out of 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, perfect. Nice. Congrats. You are getting better. Next. We have to discuss about this, okay? It is in Paris, but as you are the only student, you have to do it with me. You have to tell me about an academic or job interview that you have recently had. You have to tell me how you prepared for it, what you remember from that experience, and what the outcome was, what the result was. All right. So please,
Mhm.
shall you start?
Yeah. Okay. A recently job interview I have was uh, not good at all because there is the typical interview where you have to you are completely unexperienced, and that range of question that you have to answer correctly is must to be uncomfortable for you because you are starting to throw the words and you are saying whatever. And I think I am sure that I'm struggling a lot that that interview. Yeah, but in whatever case, I suppose that I convinced better with the demonstrative class that was part of the interview as well. Okay, but one of the questions that make me struggling more was how I see myself in the future. There is no something that, at least for me or in my age, I think in this time and age, there is not something that I try to figure it out so frequently. But there is something that I know that I make so bad. Yeah, there is the experience that I had, even the place where I applied for was an institution related with teaching English, and that was interesting for me because at least I left the work for different different visions that was against to the institution,
But
but
before applying the applicant, right, the vacancy, did you conduct some kind of research about the institution that you were applying for?
yeah, that is something that I maybe don't do. That is maybe a good advice to try to make a good research about the things or the aims that the institution have.
Yes.
Yeah, but there is a lacking maybe of no qualification, but lacking of interest for by my part.
All right. So they were looking for passionate teachers about their job, right? I
Mm,
guess something like that.
yeah, yeah, but something that it's interesting for that part that is when I was teaching there, at least was 3 months. I make like a good relationship with the students because I try to always make my classes different in order to try to innovate with games, with activities, with something that is different, yeah, with something that catch your attention, yeah, to for being the part of English easier.
Okay. So from that interview that you have had, what could be the most important part that you stood out from that?
Hmm, I'm not sure. Maybe the part of the English domain, maybe, due to the fact that I feel ready to the interview, and even the person who made me, sorry, the interview was a elder man who had, sorry, well, domain of English, a high level in the speaking ability, and that made me impressive a lot.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So let's continue, okay? So now let's make a little reminder, a review on the gerunds and infinitives, all right? But it is a completely different level. Let me show you this short explanation before jumping right in. Let's see. Yes, here it is. As you know, The infinitive with to, right? Because there is as well the bare infinitive without to, right? So the infinitive with to is used to express purpose, as you know. I went out, as you can see here, to get some fresh air, right? So it is clear, right? You know that. After some
Yep.
adjectives, it is not easy, for example. It is not easy to find this, or it is not that hard to make this, and so on, right? For example, it is not easy to find work these days. After to be as well, to give orders or to express arrangements. For example, you are to stay here until I get back. This it is to express orders or arrangements. After good, after good hate or good like or good love or good prefer as well. For example, would you like me to do it tomorrow or now? So on, right? After agree, the following verbs, right? Agree, appear, arrange, ask. If you want, you can take notes of this because specifically with these verbs we use it. Attempt, choose, decide, demand, deserve, expect, help, hesitate, hope, learn, and manage. Offer, prepare, pretend, refuse, seem, and threaten. After this, we use to, right? So if you need any help, don't hesitate to contact me, as you can see here. Next, after the following verbs plus an object, for example, advise me, allows me, for example, ask me, and so on. These pronouns challenge, enable, encourage, expect, force, help, intend, invite, order, persuade, recommend, remind, teach, tell, urge, and warn. After all of these verbs, we use the preposition to, but it is the verb and then the object pronoun. For
Okay.
example, family encouraged me to go to university. It's like that. Next. If advise and recommend, okay, the verbs advise or recommend are used without an object, the gerund is used in that case. For example, if you want to say, I recommend it, we cannot say to apply. We have to say applying, right? Or maybe I advise you not to. I advise you doing this or that. Okay, with a gerund, with the ing form. After ability, right? After attempt, capacity, chance, all of these words, decisions, desire, determination, effort, failure, intention, need, opportunity, permission, plan, proposal, refusal, right, tendency, way, or willingness, we have to use like this. Her refusal to accept his ideas led to his decision to resign. Okay? After all of these words, we have to use the infinitive to. Then, as I was telling you, the bare infinitive, that is without to, right? When do we use this? After the modal verbs. For example, as you know, should, would, might, all of the modal verbs, we don't have to use to. It is the bare infinitive. After had better, do you remember what was had better?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Had better.
yeah. Help,
Uh,
let, make, would rather, or good sooner. After all of this, we have to go over the bare infinitive as well, right? So for example, we had better go home now because it is very late. Okay? In the passive as well, make is followed by the infinitive with to. For example, we were made to do all the dirty jobs, right? It is the passive, but with the verb make. In that we use the infinitive to. That is an exception. Next, when do we use the gerund? First of all, we use it as the subject, or the object, or the complement of a clause or a sentence. For example, playing golf is fun, or drinking water is healthy for you, right? Or practicing exercise is a good habit, for example, right? I find watching it rather boring. You see this part? Okay, I would like you to give me an example of this kind of sentence, for example.
living peacefully could be bored.
Could be boring.
Boring.
Could
Yeah.
be boring, right? Perfect. After prepositions, we thought about going. Always, whenever you use a preposition, the verb has to go with ing form. About, for, after, before, of, at, and all of them, right? For example, we thought about going to France this year. After have difficulty, or after the phrase have problems, or there is no, or there is little point in, or maybe it is no good, or it is use, right? Or it is useless, or it is not worth, or it is worth, right? We use as well the gerunds. For example, it is no use, it is pointless, asking him, because he won't know the answer,
Mm-hmm.
right? So after all of these phrases, we have to use the gerund. This is so important after the following verbs, please, specifically after this. Admit, adore, advise, anticipate, appreciate, avoid, can help, can stand, consider, delay, deny, detest, dislike, enjoy, feel like, sorry. For example, by the way, sorry, do you know what is the meaning of this verb? Feel like.
Okay, let me see.
For example, if I tell you, tonight I feel like going for a walk, what does it mean?
Mm, con ganas, ¿sí?
Tener ganas de, yes. Tener ganas de.
Yeah,
Feel
I
like.
think I hear it once.
After this, we have to use the gerund as well. Give up doing something, imagine, involve, keep, mind, miss, postpone, practice, prevent, propose, put off, recommend, resent, resist, and risk, and suggest as well, right? And as you can see here, I resent having to do all the housework myself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. After the following verbs, plus, but it is so important. After the following verbs, but plus the preposition to, for example, to adapt or adjust to, admit to, confess to, get around to, that is a phrasal verb, get used to as well,
Mm-hmm.
look forward to, and object to is like that. We have to use the gerunds. For example, she confessed to being surprised by her success, right? So don't misconfuse here.
Okay, let me see that.
Yes, adjust to, admit to, it is always like this. The verbs with the preposition to, and then the next verb has to go with the gerunds.
I never see that before.
I guess that you know it. Look forward to, right? Look forward
Yeah,
to.
look.
It was right. Get around to as well. Maybe you didn't know admit to, confess to, adjust or adapt to, get used to, and object to, right?
Hmm.
So that's it. For example, if the subject of the sentence and of the main verb in the gerund is different, and an object pronoun, in this case, or possessive adjective, is used, for example, I couldn't imagine him eating, right? Something like this. Or maybe we appreciate your coming to tell us so quickly. Do you get this part? For example, you can say, I couldn't imagine, and then the object pronoun, and then another action. In that part, the second action has to go with the gerunds.
Okay, okay.
Could you give me maybe an example of this part?
Okay. Eh, eh, mm, I don't know. Let me think. Mm,
For example, like you just, for example, something that you tell that a person could do, but then the object pronoun, and then this person has done another action.
appreciate your comment so quickly.
For example, you can say, I helped my mom doing the housework. You
Mm,
see? because you just imagine, for example, in my case, helped, right? And then the person, and then the next action with ing form.
Mm-hmm. Uh, mm-mm. I need time to think in something with the object pronoun. Uh, maybe.
It could be a possessive adjective as well, maybe an object pronoun.
Whichever of those.
Yes, all of them.
Eh, I. eh, okay, I don't think with that.
For
Eh,
example, you can say, I really look forward or I really admire, as you can see in the second example, you're willing to tell me the truth.
mhm. We appreciate your coming to tell us so quickly. Okay, that is something specific to use. Uh,
Don't you
the,
did you come up with a proper example? It is a little bit
the
difficult.
mhm.
I think that it
Uh,
is not so common to you
yeah, there
to
is
use this kind
no
of
common
vocabulary
to
when
use
you
in
are speaking, right? But it could be
could
useful
be.
when it comes, for example, to speaking about a specific situations, or for example, if you get in depth in a conversation with someone.
Mm. Um, they lie. They lie. No, I think that I can think in
Okay,
two things. Okay,
don't worry because we are going to
at the
practice
same
this.
time.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to practice this right away. So, first of all, we have to match. And let me see. Okay, I guess you can see properly. So we have to match the underlined verbs in a sentence 1 to 8, sentence 1 to 8, with the reasons why they are in the gerund or the infinitive in the next part.
Okay.
For example, the best way to prepare for an interview is.
Mm-hmm. The best way to prepare. Verb to loss infinity. Is it the instruction? No. The verb is the subject. So that
What is the
you
reason?
really need is particular main verb is always followed by the. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe letter C. How to
In this
pronunciation
case, okay, please, you have to go taking notes, right?
mm-hmm.
The letter G is in this case the reason. Why? Because this noun, way, is often followed by the infinitive form. Two, the way to.
Ah.
That is, we don't have to say it is incorrect if we, for example, if you said the way of preparing. In this case, is
Mm-hmm.
what the proper way, the natural way is to way to prepare, way to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, letter G. Let me cross it out. It's done. Next.
Ah. Okay.
Okay, we continue. Number two, by checking out the company's website.
Okay. That is because
What is by? What kind of
yeah,
by?
yeah, that is oh, I lost the word, but
A
the group of
preposition.
words, yeah, preposition, the group of words like for, before, all of those prepositions, yeah, all prepositions the ing
All
form.
prepositions take is letter D.
Mhm,
Take the
letter.
ing form of a verb. So number two is letter B. D, sorry.
Mhm.
So, because by is a preposition. Number three, they can see you've done your homework. Very easy.
Infinitive verbs, the F,
What is
modal
can?
verb,
What kind of verb is can?
can, it is a modal verb,
Yes. So the answer therefore is letter
F.
F. Okay, perfect. Number four, you are not to learn back in your chair. To lean back, sorry.
That is the rule or verb to be followed by to.
In this case, is the letter A
A.
to give an instruction or maybe an order.
Yeah.
The infinitive to. Okay. Number 5. Leaning forward is what you're supposed to do.
B. The verb is the subject of the sentence. The gerund is usually used.
Yes, perfect. Letter B. Nice. Great. Next. She will recommend this breathing exercise to calm me down.
He didn't recommend this breathing exercise to calm me down.
Letter.
Letter E.
Perfect. This is an example of the infinitive of purpose in order to do
In order
something.
to do something. Yeah.
Number 7. She didn't exactly manage to hide her disappointment.
She didn't exactly manage to hide her disappointment. Maybe verb follow with
Letter
no.
C or letter H?
I suppose that H closest
In this case,
to
is letter C, because this
C.
is a particular main verb that is always followed by the infinitive.
Manage.
Manage to. Always.
Oh,
Don't forget.
yeah.
And finally, the last one is H. Clauses with to be plus adjective are followed by the infinitive. For example, it is helpful to. It is an
Mm,
adjective helpful, and then immediately the preposition to picture the interviewer in the bath. That's it.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to practice nouns that are followed by the infinitive. So we have to use this information in the formal sentence A to complete the formal sentence B, right? Because they are sets of sentences with the words from the box. It is advisable that we use every single word only once.
Yeah.
So, number 1. Now, set number 1. It is very obvious that he really wants to get on in the company, and he has done a lot to get over his shyness. So that is clear. So he has shown a clear what? Capability, attempt, determination, effort, tendency, or
Has
willingness.
a clear determination to make progress.
Perfect. Determination. Number 2. She usually thinks it is her fault if work doesn't get done on time, even though I have tried to tell her several times it is not good, right? So she has a or an to blame herself if deadlines are not met.
She has a tendency to blame herself.
Oh yeah, sorry. We're missing number 1. The next
Yeah, I
one.
was thinking the same.
Yes. And he has made a great to overcome his shyness.
A great effort.
Yes, to make an effort perfect. A great effort. Nice. So number 2. She has an to blame herself.
A tendency
Yes,
to blame
perfect.
herself.
A tendency to blame herself if deadlines are not met, despite her various
Attempts.
Yes, attempts. Perfect. Number 3. The best things about her are that she's prepared to take on new challenges and she can handle stressful situations. So now letter B. Her greatest strengths are her to accept new challenges and her
Her
to cope with
ability.
pressure. Her willingness.
No, willingness. Yeah, willingness.
Perfect. To accept her new challenge and her to cope with pressure.
Her ability. Yeah, there's the unique word.
Yes, her ability. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so in order to practice a little bit more, because I guess that it is necessary, let's go over the page number 220. 220, please.
220.
220. Let me see, where is the exercise? 220.
20. Yeah, 225, I think. 27.
227. Okay. In this part, you have the explanation that I provide you with, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this part, we have some exercise. Okay. So there is one mistake in exercise 1 in every single sentence, in every single pair.
Uh-huh.
So what you have to do is to help me out finding what is the mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to correct it. For example, in number 0, you can see here. I can help. We cannot say to feel and neither feel as well. Neither.
Yeah.
Feeling is the correct way.
Yeah.
The company
I
says
have
it will pay
been.
you to okay. Help him to find. Do you think it
Okay.
is correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
1.
The,
Number 1. I have made to feel overcome in my new job. I have been made to feel.
yeah. I think the mistake is in the B. Let's.
Yes. Let
Yeah.
me live like that.
Let me live.
That is a mistake. Okay, I'm gonna highlight. Number 2.
Mhm.
It is taking me time to adjust to share a desk.
Mhm.
Do you
Mm.
remember to adjust to
Adjust
sharing?
to know.
Sharing.
Adjust.
Remember these
Mhm.
expressions? It's adjust to and then the verb with ing form. So it's
Just to
to
sharing.
adjust to sharing a desk.
Mhm.
Number 2. I still can get used to sharing a desk.
Mhm.
Is that
No,
correct, right? That is
that's
correct.
correct.
Number 3. Letter A. It is not a word to make an effort in a poorly paid job. It is
Word.
not a
I
word.
think I see.
In this part, we need the gerunds. So it is
Mhm.
not a word
Word.
making,
Word making. Yeah.
making an effort. Number letter B. And there is certainly no point taking work home. Is that
Yeah. That,
correct? Yeah, that is correct. Perfect.
that's
Number 4.
correct.
We appreciate your agreeing to give a talk.
Yeah. Okay. That
That is
is.
an example that you
Yeah.
can
That is
use.
the example about the object pronoun, right?
Yes,
Appreciate your agreeing to give a
to
thought.
give a
Yeah.
talk.
That's
That is
right.
correct.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That is correct.
The next one. We would like you are our guest for dinner.
For the yeah. The would you like to? Would you like
To
to?
be.
Yeah.
To
Always
be.
to be. To be.
We would like you to be our guest for dinner. Right?
Mhm.
That is. So the verb to be is wrong here.
Mhm.
Number 5. As soon as I get to work, all the phones start ringing.
As soon as I get to work, get to work.
No, this sentence is correct.
Yeah, get to work. Normal.
In start, we can use it with ing form or maybe with the infinitive as well.
Mhm.
Letter B. They don't stop to ring all day. This
They
is a
stop
verb.
ringing.
Stop ringing. Perfect. Stop
Mhm.
ringing all day. Number 6. I don't mind to go to the office meal tonight. After mind,
Okay.
what do we use? What do we have to use?
I don't mind. Mine. Okay. I think I see it here. Mine. Mine. Where is mine?
I don't mind going.
I don't mind going. Mhm.
Remember, after mind, always with the gerunds.
Mhm.
Letter B. But I really don't feel like making a speech.
Okay, that's good. That's correct, right?
That is correct. Perfect. Number 7. I advise him to buy a new suit for his interview.
Advice. Advice.
This is the verb
Advice.
order. Advise.
Advise him.
Yes. And then the object pronoun in the person and
Uh,
then to. It's correct.
mhm.
Yes. Letter B. I also recommended to have a haircut.
Recommended. No, I don't get it here. But I suppose that there is wrong, right? Recommended, and then recommended is one of that you don't have to put two, right? Because that
Yes.
is an advice.
So I recommended having.
Mhm. I
So I recommended
recommended
having
having.
a haircut. Perfect. Number 8. We were to have received a pay rise this year.
Have. Are you sure? Have. Where is the explanation of have here?
What do you think? Is it
Ah,
correct?
okay, there is the explanation of no. Then I think that is correct,
Yes,
right?
that
Yeah,
is
because
correct.
there is
We
the
were to have.
explanation of verb to be
Yes,
and verbs. Mhm,
perfect. We were to have received. Debimos haber recibido un pago, right?
mhm.
This year. Letter B, the last one. Management
Management.
have admitted to have
Yeah,
broken
before.
their promise to increase
Mhm.
salaries. After admit, what do we have to use?
Admit. Let me look for it. Yeah, admit ing.
Perfect. So we have admitted breaking or having broken. It could be
Hmm. Having
breaking,
broken.
breaking or having broken in the past, the passive perfect tense. That is
Okay.
okay. Number 2. We have to complete this part with. This is the keyword transformation, as you know.
Hmm.
In this part, we have to use between 3 and 6 words, including the word with. As you can see here, she will often panic if there is a problem, so she has a tendency to panic if there is a problem. Number 1. I was surprised when he said he wouldn't work on overtime. So he is, we have to use refusal as a surprise to me.
He was surprising when he said he wouldn't.
In here, there are two key expressions.
Yeah. He's a surprise to me. He's lacking of refusal.
His refusal.
His refusal.
His refusal. Perfect. His refusal to do what?
His refusal. His refusal to work
Perfect. To work overtime.
overtime.
In
Uh,
what? What happened with that?
yeah, I was surprised when he said he wouldn't work overtime. His refusal to work overtime
What happened with that? Surprised.
as a surprise to me. Como,
So
wasn't no
his
fue?
refusal to work overtime came as a surprise. This is an
Came.
expression, a fixed expression that is come as a surprise. In this case, but we are talking in past, came as a surprise. So his refusal to work overtime came as a surprise to me. Okay.
Mhm.
Number 2. You don't bother to read that book.
Don't
So it
bother.
word that book.
Okay, I suppose that is related with this. Okay. Um,
How do we
don't
say
bother.
that it is pointless, it is useless? There is no use to read that book using words.
Yeah, it doesn't work it worth it.
It isn't worth. It
And
is
it
not,
isn't.
or maybe it isn't. It is not
It
worth.
is. It
Worth.
isn't to word.
No, it isn't worth. Just like
Word.
that. It isn't worth reading the book.
It isn't worth reading that way.
Quiere decir, no vale la pena leer ese libro, no.
Mm,
It isn't worth reading the book. Or for example,
okay.
if you want to say that something vale la pena, so it is worth reading the book, for example. Yeah. Number 3. Vicky's Vicky is not interested in applying for the leadership position. So Vicky desire for the leadership position.
Desire because not interesting. For the
I'm gonna
leadership.
give you a clue. It is kind of similar to this part that says had no difficulty,
Had
but with desire in this case.
had no desire.
Yes, so Vicky
Had
has
no
no desire.
desire
So Vicky has no desire
for
to
the
what?
leaders to apply.
To apply, perfect. To apply for the leadership position. So Vicky has no desire to apply for the leadership position, sorry. Number 4. He
Four.
tried very hard to stop eating junk food, right? So he endeavored to stop eating food, but in the next sentence we have he up eating junk food.
He is
At the moment that I see up and we are talking about stop eating, I automatically think of give up.
give up. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, but the other
Give up.
part, what is before?
Yeah, he tried very hard to stop eating junk food. He effort giving up eating junk food.
Do you remember this expression, make an
He
effort?
would, yeah, make an effort.
But it is in past.
Yeah,
So,
made.
yes, he made a big effort
Yeah, he made a big effort
to give up.
to give up
Yes, to
eating.
give up eating junk food.
Mhm.
That is in short. He made a big effort to give up eating junk food. Nice. Number 5. I am very grateful that you came at such short notice. Right? So you didn't notice.
Mhm.
You really noticed, or you really noticed that. So I really appreciate what?
I'm very grateful that you came at such short notice. I really
In this part, you have
appreciate.
2 choices there.
Yeah,
It is
okay.
the one that we can use the object or the possessive adjective, or maybe there is another way.
I really appreciate at such a short notice. Really appreciate. I really appreciate your
It says that you came.
your yeah. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I can just came again. I really appreciate
I
you
really
came.
appreciate your coming, as in the
Your
example that we were
coming.
checking, your coming, or it could be I really appreciate it that you came at
That you
such
came
short
again.
notice. Any of those choices. So the one is I really appreciate your coming, or
Your coming.
I really appreciated that you came at such short notice. Any of those options are
Okay,
allowed.
I need to read that.
Number 6. I found it impossible not to laugh when he said that. So
Okay, give me a second.
automatically I know that it's with help I can help.
Mhm.
But as we are talking in past, it's because it says I found it impossible, so I couldn't help. I couldn't help what?
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, I found it impossible not to laugh when he said that. I help when he said that.
Don't you know that expression can help?
I can help.
No pude parar de reír sería. I
I
couldn't help.
can help. I
But
couldn't help.
what do we use? I couldn't help laughing, or maybe I couldn't help laugh.
I couldn't help. Laugh.
Laughing. Don't forget.
Laughing?
After can help, always with ing for can help.
Mm.
Always with can help. Not only help isolated. Okay.
Yeah.
Help. I can't
Can
help. In this
help.
case, I couldn't help. I couldn't help because we're talking in past. I couldn't help laughing when he said that. Number 7. If you don't leave now, you will miss the bus. So you better. You know this expression now.
You had better.
Yes, you had better.
You had better.
What do we use after have better? The bare infinitive, the gerund, or to?
You had better. May infinitive?
the verb infinitive. So you had better leave now.
You have better leave now.
Without to. Okay, the verb infinitive. So you had better leave now so you don't miss the bus.
So,
So you. In order
so
that you don't miss the bus. So you don't.
mhm.
So you had better leave now so you don't miss the bus. Perfect. Number 8. I find it difficult to remember names. So this one is like the desired sentence.
Desires. I, I,
Yes.
I have. Yeah, I have. Sorry, I have.
Difficulty
I have difficulty
remembering.
remembering names.
Yes,
I
perfect.
have
I have difficulty remembering names. Perfect. Number 9. My parents made us apologize to our neighbors for breaking their window. So we.
Okay. My parents made us apologize to our neighbors for breaking their window. We sorry.
The passive voice with the verb make.
Uh,
We were made to say. We were made to say.
we were made to say
Nos hicieron decir lo siento. We
we
were
were
made
made
to
to
say.
say sorry.
Yes. We were made to say sorry.
My
That is
parents
a passive voice with a verb
made us
always with to. So we were made
apologize
to say.
to our neighbors for breaking. Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
10 and the last one, and with this we finish because time is over.
Mhm.
She complained about the bad treatment her brother had received, right?
Mhm.
So she objected. This is the expression we have to use too, because that is why it's been.
She objected. Oh, on being
She objected to being.
to being
Yes, she objected to being.
a
Sorry, she objected to her brother
her brother being
being treated so badly.
to her brother
So I'm gonna
being.
show you, okay?
Mhm.
Let me show you here. I guess it's here. Yes. Okay, from number 1, his refusal to work overtime. Overtime came as a surprise. Number 2, it isn't worth reading. Number 3, Vicky has no desire to play. Number 4, he made a big effort to give. Number 5, as I told you, I appreciate your coming, or I appreciated that you came. Number 6, I couldn't help laughing. Number 7, you had better leave now so you don't miss the bus. Number 8, I have difficulty remembering. Number 9, we were made to say it. And number 10, she objected to her brother being treated so badly.
Mhm. Okay.
And that's it. Okay, so time is over, my dear so we have to get finished. Do you have any question, maybe any comment?
No, that this part of ing and infinitive gerunds is interesting. That is interesting because there is a lot of information about um, new
New ways to use the gerunds and infinitive that you didn't know, right?
mhm, new patterns for recognize.
Okay, please, as a homework thing,
Mhm.
you have to carry out, let me see. I don't remember what was the last page that I sent you as a homework.
It was 17.
17, okay. So you have to write, no, the review, of course, you have to practice at home, right? So in this case, I would like you to practice, yeah, pages 19 and 20. Whenever you have free time, please Please practice. And at the end of the workbook, you have the answer key, so you can check if you're right or wrong, and you track your progress. Okay.
Yeah.
So please turn on your camera and let's take today's attendance screenshots.